Hi, hello, happy Easter Sunday. Yesterday it was absolutely glorious and warm and hot. Sadly today it's dry, but it's not garden sitting out weather. Yesterday I burnt my nose. I'm like Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer. Today I have been in the shed. I have been there for over an hour. I can tell the difference. I'm not saying that you would tell the difference, but I can certainly tell the difference. I've packed another bag full of crochet to take down to the shop in Cleveland's on approval to see whether they like anything else. I mean, a lot of the stuff in my shed is actually wintry. You know, the cowls and the hats and the scarves and things like that. So I'm not taking those. I'm just taking what I've got in the summery stuff. And only the cardigans, like not the little summer tops. I'm not taking those yet. Anyway, whatever I was doing, well, if you were watching me on the live last night, I was crocheting the end of a little vesty waistcoat. It's got short sleeves, but they're not stitched in yet. It's black, my own pattern, and it's got, oh, I can't show you. It's got like a shell edge, you know, around the edge of it. That's the front of it. It's sort of bolero shaped. I'll show it you when it's finished. I've done the short sleeves, but they're not stitched in and they're not done. What I've come on today is to show you a book that I got the other day. I have got a baby book as well to show you, but I can't do two on here because sadly my camera cuts out after 30 minutes. And for some strange reason it's not staying charged. I'll have to charge it in between. So it may be tomorrow before you see the baby book. Anyway, this is called Molla Mills Crochet Crush, Creative Projects for Home and Life. It's very much, I don't know where it was published, but it's definitely not a UK book. You can tell that by the kind of yarn that they're using. It's called Crocheting Around the World, and they give you pictures. Yeah, I agree with that. Even a short crochet break relaxes you and helps you to slow down. I do agree with that. This is why even when I've not been selling my crochet, which hopefully will change, I can't stop doing it because it just relaxes me. It's my therapy, whatever I use. Other people may use other things, but I use my crochet. Right, we'll go past all the pictures and get to the actual patterns. There's loads of lovely pictures at the front. Then we've got tips for crocheters, or crocheters, or crocheters if you're the Canadian crocheter. Stitching abbreviations. Right, this is called a conti. Apparently is it in Japan where they put things into boxes rather than into bags. It's called a conti box, but it's crochet. I suppose they're useful for keeping your balls of wool in while you're working, but as usual it's in jute cord. It's on a 5mm hook, but it doesn't really give you much clue as to what thickness it is. You'd have to guess, and I don't even think, oh, it gives you a gauge, I beg your pardon, you'd have to do a gauge, wouldn't you? You'd have to do. This one's called Mansika. It's a little bag with flowers all over it and a leather strap. I don't know if you can see. It's not a very big picture. Mansika. Oh, there's a better picture there. Better picture. Show the better picture, Janet. Show the better picture. There's some lovely stitches in here that you could utilise for other things, you know. This one's called the Kerho, Kerho. It's a bit like a sports bag. There's a lot of bags in here, by the way, nothing to wear. They give you quite detailed instructions, but on how to do these things. Whether I will actually make anything out of this book, I really don't know. This one is like a baseball, oh, one way, like a headband with a peak. I don't know quite what it says. Here comes something, I think it says. Oh, here comes the sun, it says. This one is called Karnoki. It's a rug by the look of it. That's something I wouldn't do because I've tripped over an eyelash. So, definitely a trip factor with me. I think they use the same pattern to make like a bag. Make a bag. I mean, my friend, she liked, oh, and you could also make a wall hanging, which Tracy Crochet Rocks absolutely hates wall hangings, but there you go. Which way am I going with this? There, wall hanging. Sorry, Tracy, I know you don't like them. Or you could do cushions. They're all sort of what I would call, I think they call it mosaic crochet these days. I used to call it tapestry crochet. Yeah. This one's called Aita, A-I-T-A. It's like a plaid or plod, whatever you want to call it. Once again, I think it's a blanket or a rug or a picnic rug, something along those lines. This one's called Linja. It's a shopping bag in stripes. I am not a lover of crochet bags unless they're lined. Because unless you're an extremely firm crocheter, they're going to droop the minute you put your groceries in them, aren't they? They're going to be hitting the floor. You'll be dragging them along. You need to put wheels on the bottom, yeah. This one's called a Kari, K-A-A-R-I. Again, it's another blanket. I mean, it's pretty if you want to do something unusual, isn't it? As you know me, I don't make blankets, although I've been asked to do a pram blanket. Pram blanket, maybe anything bigger. No. This one is called Smile for obvious reasons. It's another bag, I think. But I suppose you could use a motif to do other things. Even put it in a waistcoat or something or other. I don't suppose you have to make it into a bag. They do give you quite detailed instructions to say it's all sort of foreign or whatever. This is called Loiva, L-O-I-V-A. And it appears to be some kind of a yoga mat. I think it's got like padding in the middle of it and it's got buttons holding it together. Yeah, it's got buttons holding the mat in. It's okay if you want to do that sort of thing, but hey, but you can always use the chart for something else. Oh, my finger ends are so cold because I've been in the shed. Did I tell you that? Been in the shed. Not that anybody else would notice, but I've noticed. It's lovely and tidy in there to me. The wool's not tidy, I didn't get round to that. I was just doing the garments. I was putting away the things that I'd had from the craft fair that had just got dumped. Tidying some wool so I could put the, you know, those baby mannequin things. I could put them at the top, on the top of the shelf, so they're out of the way and they're not on the floor. So at least I can walk in now. There's floor space. I'm not in danger of tripping, which I can do at any given moment in time. Right, this is the Vasu, V-A-S-U. It's another basket, bowl, whatever you want to call it, basket bowl. I won't tell you what they're done in because they're all done in something strange like twine. So it would be an experiment if I made anything, let's just say. I may keep the book, but actually it's very, very heavy if I had to post it anywhere, so probably I will keep the book. This is why I bought the book, was for the bags, which look very nice, but they're very complex. They look nice, don't they? But they've got like different layers on them, and you know, different fastenings on them and stuff like that. And then of course you would have to line them, otherwise everything would poke through. You know, and you'd have to buy one of those clip things or sort something else out. I mean, they are very attractive. I'm not saying they're not. They are very attractive. But whether I would actually make one is doubtful. This one's called Keto, which is K-E-T-O, and it's a blanket. As Sarah said, she likes the pattern. You know, you could use it on something different, couldn't you? I've been asked to do a pram blanket that's not old-fashioned. I could do something like that. She wants it in pinks and purples and things. I could do something like that, couldn't I? Oh, and you could turn it into a bag, apparently. Where's this fascination for all these crochet bags? I mean, that one's nicer. It's got brighter colours, hasn't it? Now, this one made me and Sarah laugh. It's called a canoe. K-A-N-N-U. Why would you crochet a vase? Or a vase, if you call them vases, I don't know. I call them a vase. I mean, why would you crochet one? Unless you were putting dried flowers in it, because you couldn't put anything wet in it, could you? Unless you wanted to crochet around a vase, but why would you want to do that? Hey ho. I suppose you could crochet in a plant pot, but it wouldn't be that shape, would it? This is called a polku. P-O-L-K-U. I don't know what language this is. Polku. It's another rug, which is, you know, the pattern's very pretty, but as I say, I can fall over anything, so it would definitely be a trip hazard. But it's very jazzy, isn't it? Look at the pattern. Woohoo! As my friend said, it gives you ideas for other things, doesn't it, when you see the charts and that. This is called a rutu, R-W-U-T-U, rutu, whatever. And it's another blanket, done in the black and white. It's a very black and white book, isn't it, this? Oh, the mind calms as soon as the first loop is crocheted. Really? It is true, isn't it? I go spare without my crochet. Really do. Oh, we can also do it in orange. You don't have to do it in black and white. Oh God, I can't even pronounce this one. Puolikas. P-U-O-L-I-K-A-S. Puolikas. It's another gorgeous bag, but once again, you'd have to line it. You'd have to crochet it very, very firmly, and you'd have to get some kind of a clasp and the leather for the handle, because if you crochet handles, they just stretch when you finish up with it down on the floor near enough. That's the bag. I do love the bag. It was actually the bags on the front cover that I actually bought the book from. And then I discovered that they're made in twine or whatever. Oh, they've used the same pattern to make a big bag. That would be alright if you were carrying something light, like a pillow. Right, this one's called a Veska. It's a lovely little bag, but once again it's got about 3 or 4 compartments, all fully lined, but it is pretty. If you like that sort of thing. But as you can see, it's got about 3 or 4 different compartments in it. Plus one of those slider clips, which I wouldn't know how to fit on. This one's called the Alto, A-A-L-T-O. Another rug in black and white to go with your flowered cushions. As I say, you can utilise the stitch, couldn't you? Make it into a blanket or some such thing. You know, they give you the charts. This is called a potta. It's like a little round basket bag. have a wicker one like that when I was a girl. It was all the rage, little wicker basket. And it used to have flowers on the front. If you're old enough like me, you'll remember that sort of thing. This one's called Daisy. As you can see, they have lined this one. Pretty little daisy. You could use a daisy motif for something else, couldn't you? Daisy. I think it shows you how to do the daisy motif as well. Yes, it does a close-up of the daisy motif. Right. Oh gosh. Again, another one I can't pronounce. Vuokko. V-U-O-K-K-O. And it looks like a wallet with money in, but they've also got crochet hooks at the top. So is it multi-purpose? Is it dual purpose? Or what is it? Oh, it's a wallet, it says. I suppose you could use it either, couldn't you? It's got a nice chart that you could use, you know, for something else like a blanket, or, well, you know me, I don't do blankets, but you may. Do things like that. Oh, that's a novel idea. I presume it's like a yoga blanket. It's got straps with a handle. So you know, you roll your blanket up and put straps and a handle on it. That must be a new idea. I think we've got to the end now. Handicrafts are connecting people. Well, that's true as well. That is very true. Let me see what it says about the yarn information. Oh, it doesn't tell you anything. It's all strange. I don't know where it's published. Oh gosh, let me have a look. Let me put me Windows to the World on. It was published in 2022. Oh. Doesn't say really. It just said it's been reprinted in Richmond, Victoria. It's been reprinted in London, and it doesn't say where it was actually. It looks kind of Danish or whatever by the names of the people who have done the photographs. Oh gosh. Molla Mills is an internationally recognised, Finnish, she's Finnish, pattern designer, who learned to crochet from her mother as a little girl in Kurikka, Finland. Ah, that's why we don't know what kind of wool it is. It's Finnish, yeah. Lane is a publishing house based in Finland. They publish books focusing on knitting, crafts, food and lifestyle. But it is, yeah. It's a very unusual book. I will give it its due. Now, whether I will actually make any of the patterns, although I may use the stitches or the charts to do other things with, I'm not too sure. Not too sure. I mean, there are some beautiful pictures at the front of the book. Some gorgeous pictures. I do love a good picture. I mean, one of the crochet magazines, I stopped getting it because the pictures were such rubbish. They were taken so far away and you weren't quite sure what you were actually supposed to be focusing on. Whether it was the lady, whether it was the bag, whether it was what she had on. Yeah. I do love it when they do close-ups, you know, of what you're supposed to be looking at, you know. Oops, where are we going? You know, you're looking at something like the bag or something. I do like close-up photographs. Oh, that lady's very greedy. She's got them all on. She's got the little one, turtle lilac one round her. She's got the stripy one. She's got the daisy one. She's holding them all. She's obviously been to the town doing her market shopping, hasn't she? Yes. Whatever. I'm not sure what that is. It looks like one of those ice cream cones with a with a crochet hooks in. That lady there is obviously waving her blanket in the air. As I say, it's a different book, but whether or not I would actually make anything from it, I don't know. But it's a little bit heavy for me to gift it to anybody and put it in the post. You know, I do have a habit, if I don't want anything, I think, no, I'll gift it. You know, I'll give it to somebody who I know will use it, yeah. I've got my mum's brooch on today. Very many years old, that. And I'm wearing the same same shrub thing that I had on the other day. Because I put my purple trousers on, pink top, and then I decided I was cold. So I'm like, what goes with pink and what goes with purple? So it finished up to be this top again. So we shall see. Anyway, I'm going to finish off crocheting this black vest. I have a big bag full of stuff to take down to let them have a rummage through, see if they like anything. I'm actually going to dump it on them first because I've got an appointment to have my mole looked at on my back. Not a furry mole that lives in the ground, I mean a mole, whatever, wart, mole, whatever, on my back. She's got to look at it again to make sure it's disappeared. So I've got to go there, so I can't linger in the shop. So I shall just make a list of what I've got, dump the bag, say look through it, what you don't want, put in the bag, and I'll call for it after knit club and bring it home again. Hoping that they keep more than they give me back. Fingers crossed, people. But they did love the stuff that I took down, so I was quite happy about that. It's nice to have validation that your work isn't awful, you know. That people pick things up and go, oh, isn't this lovely? Oh, this is nice. Oh, can we try this on? Can we try that on? And I was like sitting there going, yes, my kind of people. They didn't like my Frida Kahlo poncho though, so I'm going to put that up for sale. If you saw it and liked it, it's going up for sale. And it'll be very reasonably priced, but sadly the postage to the US is about £20. Can't do anything about it. Sorry about that. It is what it is. I've tried looking at all different kinds of methods of sending it besides Royal Mail, and they were even more expensive than Royal Mail. But thankfully the cyber attack is now over and things seem to be getting where they're supposed to be. My lady who had waited 6 weeks for me to post a jacket off to her, she's a very patient lady, waited 6 weeks. It actually arrived and she loved it, so thank the stars or whatever. Thank you everybody. Thank you Royal Mail. It actually got there to Canada. It took about 2 to 3 weeks to get there, but it did get there. Anyway, I'm going to go now and make myself a drink. I'm going to upload this and charge up my phone. If you are very unlucky, you may get another video of me showing off a baby book. It's actually not a very thrilling baby book, but that's just me. Maybe I like my baby books to be a little bit more, not quite so basic. But I shall let you look at it, but it may be tomorrow. Who knows? Although tomorrow we've got my great-grandson, their grandson, coming to stay for a few days, so it may be a little bit noisy, but still, we can live in hope. So bye for now. Enjoy your Easter Sunday. I did have a little Easter egg, but I've eaten it. I ate it before today. Very naughty of me, I know. But I'm not supposed to be eating chocolate anyway, as you know, because I'm diabetic. But what do they say? A little of what you fancy does you good. Yeah. Anyway, enjoy your Easter, and I shall see you all maybe later, maybe tomorrow. No idea. You lucky, lucky people. Bye for now.